Oh shit. Hi guys. We're on. We are here excited to bring you some some tools and some tips on, you know how it is when we're irritable. We're irritable, we're restless, we're just like on the edge. We're just waiting for the next person just to piss us off. Is that true, Tammy?
How to deal with irritability, right? Because, it's kind of the saying, the straw that broke the camel's back, right? When you're irritable, it's like you have this thing and then all of a sudden, poof, and you think that you're fine, and then something really sets you off. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Rita Wood and Tammy Magnuson, and we're just going to give you five ways, 5 steps to get out of that. Because look, all you can do is control this moment and this moment and this moment. Like that's all the power you have. Otherwise, we're in the perceived threat, perceive anxiousness, perceive. And that's the job of the brain. I mean, that's our survival part, is to perceive and to be hyper vigilant and wait for the next thing. But you are a conscious human being. You have power within you to be conscious, to be aware, to take control, like drive your own bus. And we say it all the time. And it's just a reminder, because you are smart people, you know what to do, you know how to do it. And we're just reminded you, take control of that, because we can't conquer the whole picture. We can conquer what's happening right now and what you're doing to create that irritability. So what are the 5 steps, Tammy?
So the first thing is you're just going to have to stop. You're going to have to stop. Like there's something that's irritating you. And so just stop and then notice, is it what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing? Actually, what is it that's irritating you? Because if you know what is going on that's causing that sensation, like you could be really auditory sensitive to somebody chewing, to some repetitive noise that a kid is making, that one of your children's making, to some way that somebody talks even. So that would be, this is bothering me because of the way it sounds. And, it could be something you see or feel. And an irritation is a word that's a sensory word. So it's definitely a physical sensation, right? Irritation is a sensory word. So
And it could be happening in your brain. It could be happening however. So what you need to do is you need to stop. You know how sometimes you stop and you have to redirect your brain. It's your brain. You own it. You have it. You can control it, right? So stop. And then what? Smile. And then just tap. Let it go. That irritability, however I'm seeing it, feeling it, hearing it, I let it go. I let it flow. I let it out. I vent it. And now as you're doing that, you're taking your focus off of that, and you're noticing your finger sensations. You're noticing how hard, notice the temperature, wiggle your toes, take a deep breath, come on back, say peace. And that is going to shift your brain. So now you're shifting your brain, because look, if someone called on the phone and you're at that moment and you're being irritable at that moment, someone calls on phone, it's your boss. You're like, hello, hi. Yes, this is Rita. Yes, how can I help you? Oh, right. Because you can do it. You can shift it, right? You can shift that irritability. Sometimes we think we have no control, but I'm telling you, Tammy and I are telling you, you do have control.
Exactly. If somebody turned a video camera on you, would you react differently? And the answer is yes.
Maybe.
No. Well, okay. Most likely.
Right. The only reason.
There's other people watching. Or just like Rita said, if someone you like calls and you're feeling irritable and you're, angry at somebody, and then all of a sudden someone you like calls, you're going to be like, hey, hi. So we know that you can do it. And if tapping, so now here's the thing with irritability, since it's a sensory thing, you might, as that irritating thing is happening, maybe you could just wiggle your toes, or you could just rub your hand. Give yourself a sensation of something that you enjoy. All right. So especially if you're in public and you're like, I can't just smile and tap, but okay. So maybe it feels good to just, rub your stomach or rub your shoulder, just do something to give yourself that different sensation to interrupt. And as you're doing it, you're going to be thinking about something else besides that irritating thing, because we can fixate on it. We can really fixate on it. So,
and you can take 10 deep breaths and count backwards. That's the second thing you could do. Take 10 deep breaths, count backwards, because then you're changing the physiology of your body by breathing, because your body's going into fight. You know, you're irritable, you're getting all anxious, you're just like waiting. We're just waiting to pounce, right? So that's one way you can deflate that. You can kind of just take a deep breath, count backwards, 10, 9, 8, 7, go in and out, breathe in and out. You might do it 10 times until that shifts. That just because a part of your brain is shutting down, the other part is activating. So once you do that, what's another thing they can do? What's number 3 they can do to stop that irritability?
They can, let's see here. What's something else? So there's things that are really good for you, like thinking of laughter or thinking of something silly, or imagine if you were the director of this play. All right. So you're just using your imagination. So you're the director of this play. How would you make it funny? Like if you're going to retell it and you're getting really irritated about it, like what is something that would just make you laugh? And so what you're doing is just changing what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Get yourself into a creative state.
Yeah. And then you can go back and you can see 0 doesn't bother me. Whatever was happening or whatever you were doing, 0 doesn't bother me. 10, it's really strong. If it's really strong, you remove yourself. You can do your breathing. You can do your tapping. You can laugh, pick up the phone, pretend someone called you. Yes. Oh my God, that's terrific. Right. And you do that a couple times and it will deflate. It will deflate, guys. You do have that capability. What is that? Number 5. What's the 5th thing they can do to snap out of?
I love using music. So if you can't turn music on, you can turn it on in your head. Like, what if instead of thinking about that thing or looking at it and focusing on it or hearing it and letting it irritate you, what if you just imagined a fun, happy song and you're just like, okay. Yeah. So now you're getting your body into believing something else, because what you imagine becomes your reality. So when you're fixating on something irritable, hey, it's gonna get worse. And if you can change over to something that helps you feel good, and that's what we want for you, is to feel good all the time, because you are worth it. Right. All right. So treat yourself good inside. And the way you do that is to make sure that the stimulus from outside isn't influencing your peace. And you just gotta be a little bit, creative and a little bit crazy to be doing the things in your mind that help you stay centered.
Because it's already crazy that you're irritated that someone chewed wrong. I mean, that's crazy right there. Yeah. So those are the 5 ways to get out of your irritation funk. You can do it fast. You can do it quick. You can do it in the heat of the moment. Nip it in the butt. So
perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Like this video, share it,